afternoon. Myself, Ms. CM Arpita, and I shall be the host for this online session for the final year students of engineering program. We are gathered here to participate in this session on career opportunities for engineering graduates. What to expect after engineering, what is the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, and how to prepare to face the corporate world. We shall begin the program with a prayer, and may I invite Ms. Anjana P. Anil to render the prayer.
मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजेत्री आत्मवदेन परान्वयी पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेशान् क्रमणाक्रमणं मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजेत्री.
Thank you, Anjana. May I now take the opportunity to welcome you all to this meeting. Vidya Academy of Science and Technology is a leading engineering college in Kerala, approved by AICTE and affiliated to the APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. Our campus is located at Talakotugara, Thrissur, and is managed by the Vidya International Charitable Trust. We wholeheartedly invite our Chief Patron, Mr. Ashokan PK, who is leading light towards the fructification of this workshop. In fact, our speaker for the day, Mr. R Suresh Kumar, is a colleague of our Chief Patron. We welcome you both wholeheartedly to this program. We welcome our Director, Mr. Mohana Chandran Ji, and Executive Director, Mr. Suresh Lal, and Administrative Director, Mr. P.N. Unnik Raja, to the session. Next, I welcome our Principal, Dr. Saji CB, our Dean Academics, Dr. Sudha Balagopalan, our Vice Principal, and Dr. V.N. Krishna Chandran to this online meeting. I welcome all our Head of Departments and our family members for this career awareness session. Finally, let me welcome and invite all my colleagues and batchmates for whom this interactive session is arranged. A very warm welcome to one and all. Now, may I call upon Ms. Devika MS to kindly introduce today's speaker to the audience.
Joining with us today is Mr. R Suresh Kumar. R Suresh Kumar is the Vice President and Head, International Operation Business Group of Voltas Limited. In 1988, he joined the Voltas Limited as a management trainee immediately after completing his graduation in mechanical engineering and worked for the air conditioning projects. During this period, he was involved in the prestigious PSLV rocket launch tower at Sriharikota, along with various space research and launch facilities. He was also involved in the design, planning, and project execution of air conditioning systems and building management for a wide range of projects from hospital, research centers, petrochemical plants, liquefaction projects, etc. In 1992, he moved to Cochin branch as head of operations and handled the entire state of Kerala, where he was involved in setting up India's first green techno park in Trivandrum, along with many five-star properties, hospitals, space application centers, and factories. In 1995, he moved to Bangalore for taking care of larger projects. He was involved in then India's largest air conditioning project in Information Technology Park, Bangalore, a joint venture between Singapore government, Government of India, and the Tatas. This was an integrated IT facility which gave birth to India's growth and leadership in IT sector. This project was completed in record period of 14 months along with many other IT infrastructures. During this period, he was also overall responsible for setting up maintenance system, oil and gas projects, power plants, and large-sized medical colleges. In 1998, he moved to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and was stationed at their headquarters in Jeddah for close to 9 years. During that period, he was heading Voltas joint venture company, Saudi Ensas Engineering Services, handled MEP projects, air conditioning projects, and maintenance services. He set up elevator divisions and made up a breakthrough in this business. In 2007, he moved to Abu Dhabi for the international operations business, taking responsibility for mega projects. He was the deputy project director for Etihad Tower project, a multi-million, multi-user iconic project in Abu Dhabi. This was done with the highest standard and appreciated by all, and it remains an engineering marvel. In 2012, he became project director for Central Market Redevelopment Project for two of the high-rise towers, which later became World Trade Centers in Abu Dhabi, standing tall in the middle of the city. In 2014, he moved to Yas Small Project as the project director and completed this project in record time. From 2016, he was taking care of all the projects in Abu Dhabi and ended up taking care of all the projects in UAE by 2017. Early 2018, took over the responsibility of corporate business development for the organization and became head of international operations, handling the electromechanical business headquarters in Dubai, along with Voltas entities outside India. He was involved in various initiatives in strengthening the technical base of Voltas international operations, along with initiating productivity measures, automation, and digitization, keeping Voltas operation in Middle East ahead of competition. Innovation has been kept at forefront and encouraged the team to think on alternative ways in bringing down the cost and improving the quality. Being a thought leader, participated in various industry forums with regular presence in industry conferences. Worked with the corporate social responsibility team of Voltas in what the Tata Group believes is giving back to the society. Extensively working on various educational support activities of Voltas, covering more than 1,500 underprivileged children, as well as skill development programs giving beneficial employment to school dropouts in backward area. May I now invite Mr. R Suresh Kumar to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Devika. Thank you so much for a very elaborate detailing on me. Thank you, Vidya, for arranging this. Let me first of all thank Ashokan sir. We called him fondly as an Ashokan sir. We both are from the same college, that is College of Engineering, Trivandrum. And under his stewardship, we ran this charitable organization called Sita Galaxy Trust, and which is covering about 1,500 students all over Kerala. Thank you once again for being with me for the next hour or so. First of all, I will be starting this. Before I start the session, I just want to tell you, because probably by listening all these things, you must be thinking that I'm a person from somewhere in the somewhere from the moon or sky. You know, I don't want you to feel that. Like many of you, I came from a government school background from Kerala. All my studies, throughout my studies, I can say I was in government schools. That too, in very ordinary schools, which had, if it rains, the classes were not there because they were all thatched roof. And I did my pre-degree in Maharajas, again a government college, and ended up in doing my engineering in College in Trivandrum. So came from a normal background. My presentation to you, I'll be talking about a Destination 2022, because I understand from Mr. Paul that all of you are in the final year or the pre-final year or final year. You will be taking up a job somewhere in 2022. My presentation is divided into two sections. One section, I will talk about those hygiene factors, the behavioral factors which leads you to take a job and what are things you should how to apply, etc. The second portion, I have done some survey with the help of your colleague, your administration, and got some feedback. It's good that I can share those feedback with you. That will also give you some kind of an idea how your thought process is going on. So I'll straight get into my presentation. Just a minute, actually, there's a technical. Yeah. See, all of us, when you are in the school, we are in a very confined, everything is like, everything is controlled, your parents are controlling it, everything is done. Then you end up in a 4-year course like engineering. That's where, you are on a, see, in my time, it was actually 10 years you study in a school and then you get into a pre-degree for a college. Whereas you're all like 12 years, you're in a school and suddenly you get into a 4-year engineering program. That's where, you are absolutely, you have to unshackle yourself and you have to fly off. That's what happened to each one of us. And when it comes to, when you're reaching a college, one of the questions I keep asking all the youngsters is, why you are here in this place? Many times I got an answer, no, I would like to be an engineer. Somebody says, no, my parents forced me. Somebody says, the friends have told me, then I just took this course. Somebody says, I thought it is better. And somebody says, I got no reason, I just landed here. And someone says, it's an experiment, I'm just going to do an experiment. See, these are all the various answers I got when I interacted with students in engineering colleges. What happens when you join a 4-year degree course in an engineering college? Of course, you are in Vidya, I understand you maintain a very highest discipline, etc. But when we all landed in a government college, what happened? You got a new friends, nobody to control. You are a master of yourself. You can spend money, new places, new systems, everything is new. The parents are not behind you. There are a lot of freedoms you take it. And once you join an engineering college, you feel that you got a lot of things which you need to do other than engineering also. Why I'm explaining all these issues? Because all these subjects actually form part of your character forming. Now, these are all things in the past. You joined engineering. 2-3 years you are there in that college. What happened in the last 18 months? You joined the course with a lot of expectations. You expected to be 4 years in the campus. Then everything got changed on February 2020. What we thought is going to be only for a few weeks, we are continuing. Today, if you ask anybody what is the end of COVID, no one has got an answer. All these issues are everything. Classrooms have become, we are not seeing the teachers. Everything is like, you are just sitting in front of a laptop. Even right now, we are all together just by using a digital medium. ADHD, it is attention deficiency hyperactivity syndrome. The students are not getting attention. There is no personal attention. It leads to hyperactivity and you don't know what you do, what all comments you make it. Throughout the time, you are surrounded by the family. At least when you are in a college, if you are a hosteler, definitely you are going to be away from the family. But when you are a day scholar, at least 8 hours you are away from the family. But today, you are completely surrounded by the family. You have got all the reasons not to study. Procrastination, lack of decision, no visibility, uncertainty. This is what we are all going through in the last so many months. What else happens? All this leads to something called a fear of failure, a fear that I may fail. I am not getting the right treatment. And the moment you look outside, you see a big queue, a lot of people standing outside for a job. Too many engineering colleges, too many people are in front of it. And what is your travel? See, normally when you come up from college, you take a bus, you go and meet so many people during the travel. While you're reaching college, you're again meeting. Today, what is happening to each one of you? You're actually from the bed to laptop. That's your travel. That's exactly happening. You are completely disconnected from the world while we call ourselves we are digitally online. Now, what is unprecedented? This is completely unprecedented. Your parents, your teachers, no one has experienced such crisis in the past. No one can tell you what is the solution. You may hardly see maybe one of your grandfather or great-grandfather or great-grandmother who have experienced World War. This is like a World War. And suddenly we come to this thing that world is no more flat. It's becoming geographically and economically fragmented. We all talked about globalization. Today, we talk about deglobalization. The COVID has brought, again, a fragmented economies. A lot of world economies are going on in crisis. Trade wars are in high level. China to US fight is going on. India to China trade wars are going on. And the crisis in Middle East, you know that the crisis which is happening in Syria and etc. Now the latest crisis in Afghanistan is absolutely putting all kinds of questions. On top of it, steel and copper price, everything is increasing. Everybody's budgets are going haywire. There is no wealth created. Insurances are taking its own time. Nobody is able to insure a particular project or a particular system. The entire world of logistics, shipping industry, plane industry, everything is in disarray. I thought it is appropriate that I should take you to this particular situation, bring you down to the reality. Once you are in the reality, what is important in education, especially in engineering, realizing the actual situation on the ground. Each one of you become an engineer in future. What is required is you are able to imagine, you are able to dream without losing sight on the actual reality. That's why I have spent few slides in taking you through this current COVID era, what is happening. I was just listening to a conversation a few days back. Earlier, we used to say before Christ and after Christ. I mean, after that, AD, BC and AD. Now, what is the latest language? Before COVID, during COVID, and post-COVID, or after COVID. That's going to be the new history, the new way the historians are going to write. Now, what should I do? When I say I, each one of you, what should I do? Let's live in present. Let's understand the realities of today. That's what I explained to you in the last few slides. Disconnect from the past. All that, whatever has happened in the last few days, a few months, just disconnect. Leave all the negativity. But you should not lose the link of the past, goodness of the past. Avoid listening these evening debates in the TVs and other things where a lot of negativity, WhatsApp University, a lot of negative messages. Just have the ability to say no. Do not even open the message. Just avoid listening to negativity. You need to get attached to issues, but never get stuck onto the issue. That's why I use the word called attach but detach. Develop self-control. You should be a master of yourself. You should know how to control yourself. There are some spirituality people say you should not become a football to others' opinion. Unfortunately, in a teenage, what happened? You keep listening a lot of opinion about you from others. You keep listening a lot of comments about you from your friends and colleagues, and you become confused. You don't know what I should do and what am I. So please ask this question every day morning that who am I and what is my objective? And don't be molded by others. You have to mold yourself. Develop a lot of healthy habits. Your body is a precious gift from the God. Develop good habits that will keep a healthy body. A healthy mind, a healthy brain will reside only on a healthy body. So do good exercises. Go for a morning walk. Get up early. There is something called 4:30 Club. You should read the book. It says those who get up in the morning hours, their brain works better. So develop those healthy habits. Do yoga, meditation. All are available in Kerala. Then learn to listen. What happened to many of us at that particular age group? We tend to talk too much. See, God has given you 2 ears and 1 mouth. It's not the other way around. So you're supposed to listen 2/3 of the time, and only 1/3 of the time is available for you to talk. Don't be judgmental. Don't try to judge everything that you see around you, around people. Don't try to be a judge on everybody. Oh, he is like this, or this situation is like this. No. Be with that. Learn it. Validate by your knowledge. Another important issue, knowledge. You have to gather knowledge. There is empty of tons and tons of knowledge available around you. Try to learn unbiased. When you learn, don't try to be biased. What happens to many of us? We put some prejudgment, then start reading a book. Then what happens? We don't really learn. So ensure that it's an unbiased learning. Another important issue. You're all past engineering students. Tomorrow you're joining an organization. You need to handle conflicts. All these points which I told you, these are all applicable when you join an organization. Conflict handling. Conflicts will happen. There will be always dispute. There will be always disagreement. Especially when you join in an organization, you will have disagreements. You will not agree to somebody's point. Somebody else will not agree to your point. You should know how to handle conflict and how to find solutions. Many times what happens, when the conflict happens, we come to a conclusion that I don't want to deal with this fellow any further. No, you have to accept. You have to accept people and situations. The only way is understand the conflict, listen to the person, put your points without hurting the other person, and ensure that you come to an common understanding. You should try to convince the other person with evidence, with proof. On the other side, crisis handling. There is a very famous saying, crisis will happen. That will happen at any point of time. It's your ability to handle crisis, your ability to keep your head up during the crisis, your ability to absorb the pressure. That's what will make you better among the others. So you have to develop this habit. You are in the 6th semester or 4th semester, 5th semester. You have got next couple of years available. This particular time or 1 year available. Please use this ability how to handle these kind of issues. Be selective. Understand your limits. See, each one of us have got limit. One thing you have to understand: we are not superhuman. Maybe your friend is able to run 10 kilometers in 1 hour, but you may be in a position to run 10 kilometers only in 1.5 hours. Don't try to copy him. You have to understand what is your limit, what is your capability. Many times I have seen students taking too many courses, additional courses, without understanding whether you have got time to do it or whether you have got the ability to learn it. Each one of us we have to understand what is my learning capability. Everybody can't be Yeshudas. Everybody cannot be K.S. Chitra. So you have to understand what should I do, what I should not do. That takes me to the next subject. Identify the advantage, especially the advantage that you have got today available. You are now exposed, whether it is the COVID is there or not. COVID has taught us something. We are now digitally together. In fact, Ashokan sir always used to say that, Suresh, you should come down to Tricur and talk to my people. Today, I don't need to come to Tricur. I'm sitting in the comforts of Dubai and I'm talking to you. So the online modes are available. You are familiar with the hybrid model. Now, you students of this COVID era, I call it COVID era students, you are all blessed with one thing. You are familiar with the changed digital way of living, way of working, which is called the hybrid model. Innovation is happening. A lot of innovation is happening, more than what has happened in the past. Let me tell you, from the corporate world, I'm sitting in a corporate world, I'm sitting in Dubai, which talks about the whole entire world development, everything. There is plenty of innovation is happening today around, because people are now trying to learn how to live in a new world a new economy. Research and modernization is happening like anything. The word disruption has become a daily buzzword. A disruptive way things are happening. Growing acceptance is happening on the remote working. That means many of you may find that you may get employed by an American company or a Russian company or a company in Brazil where you'll be still sitting in somewhere in Richard. You can connect with other opportunities. There are all kinds of borders are broken. Today, you can sit in Vidya and you can talk to somebody in Trivandrum Engineering College or somebody in Boston University or somebody in Japan. That connectivity is available. All the universities, all the academics, all the corporates have become more digitally connected. Companies are going through high level of digitization and automation. See, let me tell you a very interesting fact. Post-COVID or after COVID, the AC era, you will be needing a lot of engineers. Today, whatever is happening through technicians or the skilled people, that all will start happening through robotics. And the robotics and automation need more and more engineers. You need a lot of coding engineers. You need a lot of hardware engineers. And you will start seeing engineers started operating. In fact, recently I've been to Dubai port, which was employing at one point of time 600 people. That is one of the busiest port in the world. Today, the same port is employing 6 people, 6 bright young engineers. You know how they selected them? They asked one question to all of them. Do you know how to play a computer game or a PlayStation? Then they interviewed it. They had seen their ability to use a joystick. And they were brought, and they are now sitting here, and they are controlling the entire pod by using joysticks, where they are using an automated version of a port. So this is the kind of development which is going to happen. So my suggestion to each one of you is convert these kind of hostile situations to an opportunity. You are blessed that these things are happening today a very disruptive way, and this is an opportunity you are getting it to change the world. And world needs you, that you can make a lot of identification of changes which can happen. What happens to during the college? Something which unfortunately we don't learn and we get stuck is a time management. Time is something that is available to you where you can't just take it back. I don't need to explain to you. I always tell every student, every colleague of mine, you have to plan, plan, and plan, and plan. This particular word PLAN is very important. Whether it is your life, whether it is your day-to-day working, your projects, anything that you do, have a plan for it. You will have problems, you will have issues, but try to find solutions. And sometime back during my college days, I happened to attend a management session conducted by Dr. T.N. Session, who was then the Chief Election Commissioner. Maybe many of you may not be knowing him, but your parents will definitely know. He's one person made the election commission as one important government body. One of his statements is that, you know, the Indian crabs, he was talking about the Indian crab. You know what is crab? Indian crabs doesn't require a lid when they are exported. He says every crab will pull the other fellow down. And second thing, what he says, what is very important is, in all around the world, the people will have solution to the problem. But India, it is on the contrary, there will be a problem to every solution that you give it. He is true to a great extent. This is some mindset we have to change it. I have to change it. You have to change it. So be solution oriented. Whenever your friends, colleagues, parents, anybody brings a problem, somebody says there is a problem, immediately reply by saying, let's find out a solution. When somebody comes with a crying face saying that I got an issue, smile at him or her. Say that we will find a solution. And whenever you are finding solutions, always find at least 3 alternates, plan A, B, C. So that one plan fails, you will go by the next plan. If it fails, you will go by the third plan. You know, it's like traveling from your college to home, probably there is a traffic jam. There is some tree has fallen on the road. You will find an alternate method. So plan it accordingly. Identify the capability and priority. Many times what happens, without understanding the capability and priority, you are going to do certain things. Please don't do it. See, you must have seen the recent match between India and England. What Virat Kohli has done? Virat Kohli at appropriate time put the appropriate ball. That's how we have won the match. Identify the time wasters. What happens to all of us? Not only in the college, even in the corporate world. There are a lot of time wasters happens. A lot of side issues happens. During the studies, you have got 6 semesters to complete. That is about approximately 72 or 75 working days available for you to finish one semester. These 75 days are very precious. When you want to study, please ensure that a lot of time wasters happens in that point of time. Even watching a cricket match, sometimes it can be a time waster. Or reading an unwanted book can be a time waster. Watching evening discussions can be a time waster. You have to identify what is taking your time out, which is not going to give you any benefit. Please avoid that. Tools that is required. What are the tools I needed? What are the kind of, suppose you want to make a presentation. You need to know PowerPoint or Prezi. You need to have a computer. You want to do a project. What are the impediments required? If you ask your mother or father in the kitchen, what you want? They will tell you to make a curry. These are all the impediments I needed. These are all the equipments I needed. So you should have that kind of an idea. And identify what you should not get involved. You are in a college. There are a lot of clubs, a lot of things will happen. But identify where you should get involved. Don't try to be a master of everything, and that never happens. Identify where you should get involved. Your objective. You have to state your objective and keep writing in such a way that you are clear about your thought. I have written here something called identify the monkey in you. What is that monkey in you? Each one of us have got a monkey in us which keep jumping. This monkey, what happened? It never allows us to take a standing position. That monkey doesn't allow us to take a final call. This monkey will keep changing our mind, and that monkey will drive us to a stress situation. So tame the monkey. You can't take the monkey out. The monkey will remain inside you. But tame it, control it. The last point which I have written here is don't try to learn all that is available. What I have seen, I'm interacting with students like you from CET as well as many other universities. The tendency here is that we try to learn everything is possible. When recently I did an experimental interview with a lot of final year students. A mechanical student has done courses on ML, or robotics, to Prezi, to so many things he has done it. I asked the question, what do you want? No idea. It may help me. This is the answer I got it. You know how much of your useful time you have spent on things which may not contribute. So be focused. Don't try to learn everything that is possible. Learn what you need to learn. This is a very important issue. What happened to all of us? We are studying in a college. That college teaches us a lot of things, a lot of theoretical information that is available. That theory is required. That is your basis. That's your language. You are getting into it. But what you need to get employed is a skill. Skill is different from the knowledge what you acquired. Now, the first and foremost skill before you appear for an interview, you have to learn is the communication skill. Your ability to communicate. Communication is what? Your ability to tell somebody what you meant, what is there in your mind, and what you wanted to convey, you should communicate. That's exactly. For this, start developing some speeches. I'm not sure whether Vidya, you've got a communication club. Otherwise, immediately start a communication club. A communication club can be nothing more than 20, 25 people can come together. Just speak about yourself, speak about a topic, non-controversial topic, Just learn how to address people. In that, you will understand how to look at somebody's eye, talk, how to address people, how to be pleasing, what you should talk, what you should not talk, how to improve your English, etc. Presentation skill. The presentation is not only PowerPoint. Presentation means how do I present a paper? How do I make certain things in a convincing manner to the audience? The teamwork. See, today, each one of us are a social animal. That means we need to work in a society. That society is a team. That team, how do I write? How do I work? How do I understand the team? How do I understand the egos of the team? How do I accept the team as well as the team accept me? The other important issue is writing skills. See, many of you, when you're engineers, tomorrow you may work in a consultancy, you may work in a corporate world, you may work in a management firm. So you need to write. Like I said, verbal communication, you should also have the ability to write, phrase a sentence, write properly. So please start doing that now itself. Problem solving. This is very important. When somebody says, I got an issue, dissect that issues into smaller items, then solve it one by one. Openness. I covered this earlier. Be very open when you're learning. Don't put some conditions around. Right attitude. Attitude is something which nobody can teach you. You have to develop yourself. The most important is honesty and transparency. The organizations respect your honesty and transparency. That means you're not holding back, you're not lying. If you're late for a school or you slept too much and that day you couldn't attend the online classes, if the teacher asks you, don't say that, I had a power problem at home or the data was not correct or anything. Please understand the other side is smarter than you. They can easily understand. Today's with the IT world open, everything can understand. Have the magnanimity of telling, sorry, sir, I slept over. I couldn't attend. The subject will be over at that time. Differentiating smartness versus shortcuts. This is very important. Many times what happened, your smartness is respected, but shortcuts are not respected. In a typical engineering college scenario, what is the shortcut? You've forgotten to write the assignment and you copy your friend's assignment and present it. Please understand that teachers are smart enough to understand that you just copied it because they also came through the same route. What happened when somebody observes you like that? He start putting a stamp on you. You are a guy, you have taken shortcuts. The organizations have got the ability to understand quickly these kind of people. So avoid it. Another important, self-marketing. Self-marketing means you as an individual, you should market yourself. You should create a brand. See, when you go and buy a soap powder, why you buy surf? Because there is a trust in that particular brand, or a Tata, there's a trust in that, correct? So similarly, if you are Devika, you have to create a brand called Devika. That's something which you have to develop. That means people should know you for delivering certain things. Continuing on the knowledge and skill, what are you acquiring? In the colleges and knowledge, make sure that you learn that in full and detail. Whatever your teachers are giving you in colleges, please understand, I studied engineering and left the college in 1988. Even today, many of the chapters, I am using it one way or other in my career. Many occasions, if somebody asks me something about thermodynamics, today I know the thermodynamics on the application side. I know the enthalpy on the application side. So this is something which you have to do. So go deeper, nothing is wasteful. I heard many times, many students, even teachers telling, whatever you learn in college is all theory, nothing is going to be useful, the life is going to be different. No, the life is a continuation of it. This is your formative years. This is your foundation time. So make your foundation very strong. Go to the adjacencies, understand things. If you are a mechanical student, identify a little bit of electrical, a little bit of civil, understand everything. You are learning thermodynamics, try to learn something on heating and ventilation, etc. Skill is something which you need. That is by taking apprentices. Apprenticeship is very important. You have to spend some time. See, unfortunately, our academic system, I understand KTU doesn't have a particular apprentice time, only in 2 months you get it. but you have to find time. Today, you are on a COVID era, so your classes are online. There is an opportunity that probably you can take an apprenticeship online. Please do it. Apprenticeship is the only area where you will get a connectivity to the industry. Use tools, applications, that is productivity. How can I learn better? How can I do faster? So find out a lot of digital tools are available today. Learn all those issues. And another important issue is unlearn. A lot of us learn. We keep on learning, but we don't know how to unlearn. The technology is changing. Situations are changing. There are certain situations where you have to unlearn whatever you already learned, reduce that burden, and learn something new. Avoiding a bias. Please don't keep the bias. Unfortunately, I have seen this in most part of India, that students come with a biased mind and they put themselves into trouble. Another important, I talked about the marketing yourself. You have to package yourself. See, when you go to a shop, you buy a Samsung phone or an Apple phone or a particular product by what? You see the packaging, correct? You see a beautiful packet. Even a dress, you want to go to a shop and buy a dress. The way the shop is kept, the way the display is kept, the packaging, that's called packaging. That packaging attracts a lot. So you are going to stand in front of an interviewer, you are getting interviewed. How you package yourself is also very important. That need finishing schools. Finishing school concepts are very important. My humble request to the college administration is that you should start thinking about it. What is finishing school? Finishing school is a gap which you have to fill between the theory that you teach in your college to what industry want. Suppose, for example, you are ABB or some electrical companies coming to interview. What they want? They want you to understand what is a distribution board, what is a bus bar, what is a cable selection, how do you install these items, how do you install an electrical motor, etc. This can be trained. Somebody can, from the industry, can make a module. Today, online modules are possible. So these online modules can be done. Then you can teach the students. So the student and faculty can listen to an industry expert. You call somebody from industry expert. That industry expert can teach you. That's called finishing school. That will make your students ready to serve the industry. Because today's companies, they want ready-made. Everybody is a fast food. Even the students want fast food. So industry also wants fast food. What is the fast food there? They want people with ready-made knowledge available. Another important thing, internship. Please focus on internship. What COVID has taught us is, if you don't do internship, there is a little possibility that you may get a job. So please spend time, identify companies. Online internships are available. Go and search. Please do it. Understand the business around you. See, you're in Trichur. Even around Trichur, Kerala is the largest consumer state in India. So a lot of possibility. Every product, whenever you go to a shop, whenever you see, I had a chairman earlier, he always used to say that whenever you go and buy an item, always take that material and read where it is manufactured, which company manufactured, which company packaged it, which year it was done, which are all the company. Then go and identify which is the company. Go into, see, today you are blessed, you have got internet, you have got Google, you can find out which is the company, what are their competition. So understand everything. This will also give an opportunity for you to, where all you should go and seek jobs. Another is language. Language. Please learn an additional language. Okay, you are in Kerala. Definitely compulsory you will be knowing Malayalam and English. Probably Hindi, because you got a three language formula. Learn one more language. Learn German. Learn French. Learn Telugu. Learn Marathi. Learn one extra language. That will help you when you search for a job. Student to employee, which I already told you. There is a distance between student to an employable student. That is where you have to learn a lot of skills that is required for the industry. If tomorrow Voltas comes to your campus for interview, what Voltas need? Voltas need air conditioning engineers, not mechanical engineers. But you are a mechanical engineer, so you have to learn more about air conditioning by interacting with industry. Go to a next air conditioning shop, ask him some doubts. He will tell you. You can make a finishing. What happened to the industry? I joined this company as a trainee. Today, what happened? Industries don't want to train. Industry want trained people. So that is where you have to develop your skill. What is my objective? What is my current objective? What kind of job I want to take it? I'll come back to the survey later. But what kind of objective? What kind of job I want to do it? I asked this question to many students, not only in Vidya, but of course in many other colleges. Any job, please don't make that statement. Be specific. Select what you want to become, what kind of career you want to become. Your objective may change. At the first year, you may decide to become. I see, for example, when I joined engineering, I thought I'll end up as a scientist. Later on, I thought I'll become a research scholar, becoming something different. But I ended up completely different. So your thoughts will change. Over the period of time, the more realization happens, more understanding happens, it will change. Dream. Start dreaming about your future. Start dreaming about what you want to become. Then you will know how to plan it. Build your objective around your vision. That dream, you build your own. And select your friends around that. Don't become, you need to select friends who are aligned to your thoughts. Parents, share with parents. Most important, talk to your alumni. Your college is quite old now. You will have people who are already employed, or even from nearby colleges, they are employed in some other place. Connect with the alumni. See, Ashokan sir actually asked me to come and make a presentation. That is what it's an alumni. It's an alumni connection. So please connect with your alumni. They are your best mentors. Plan with a strategy and an action plan and time. You need a course correction. During all these issues, you may have to correct your stand. Whatever stand your route you travel, you may have to change it. Do that. And what is going to help you? It's all the people around you, the society around you. There are two kinds of people, I always say. One is self-motivated and others are motivated by others. Both are okay. If you are a self-motivated person, please motivate someone around you. Identify your position, consult with your parents and teachers. Please be open to your teachers. You have got nice teachers. Go and talk to them. Tell the teacher, I have got an issue like this. I want your help in finding a solution. Read good motivational books. Don't read too many books. Read some motivational books like Wings of Fire, which I have given Dr. Kalam's book. I have explained to you about body fitness. You need good sleep. I have seen during the COVID time, a lot of students, they are not able to sleep properly. You don't have a timetable. You sleep at 1 o'clock in the night, get up around 8 o'clock and straight away from bed immediately with a blanket, you sit in front of a laptop. Please don't do it. Develop a timetable for you. Sleep properly. You need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Your sleep will give you a lot of energy. And the 4 forms of energy, that's going to be important. Air, water, food, and knowledge. Take it properly. I'm not covering yoga and all, which I already covered in the past. How do I know the world? There are 200 countries in the world. Recently, you must have observed the Olympics. You must have seen how many countries have come. My recommendation, pick up 1 or 2 countries every day. Google it, find out what are these countries, what are the opportunities. Align that reading with your objective so that you know that you've got enough. See, you are sitting in Trichy today, you may end up in working in Papua New Guinea or Alaska or Brazil. So these countries can offer you plenty of opportunities. So please understand. Every country is various opportunities are available. Various products and services are available. These countries also need you. And again, connect with your alumni in those locations. What are the opportunities available? What opportunities available because of current COVID crisis? Digital, data science, data mining. There is a huge requirement of data management. So many number of data centers are coming up. Servers are coming up. Automation is beyond imagination. Recently, I had an opportunity to meet one of the world's largest air conditioning companies managing director. He's a Chinese guy. He came to meet me. When I was talking to him, he gave me a very interesting story. He says, in China, because of the single child policy, we don't have too many people to work. So we need robotics. So they went to Germany. They talked to a company who's producing robots. So they bought it. Then they found out this company cannot supply so many numbers per month. So they bought over the company. They brought the factory to China. Now that company, which is the largest air conditioning company, has become world's largest robotic generation company. So they create a lot of robots for industrial applications. So there is a huge requirement. So the world is going to change. There is agriculture, use of IoT. The agriculture is very important. See, you may stop buying computers and laptops, but you will never stop eating. There is huge requirement of food. Food security has become an issue. With the COVID and all, every country would like to have their own. So, and agriculture is becoming more of agro factories, agro economics are becoming more. So agriculture itself required a lot of changes. Building information modeling. You are an engineering college student. If you are a mechanical civil student, my simple suggestion, please go and learn building information modeling. You will become a master because a lot of 3D manufacturing, modular construction, everything is happening. In India, anti-China movement is there. Atmanirbhar Bharat. The government, union government is coming with a lot of factories. I can see the pressure in the industry today. They have to set up factories in India. So it needs a lot of engineers. A lot of Indian products are preferred by world other than Chinese product. I'm not against China, but Indian products are getting actually preference over Chinese products in other countries. That means Indian economy is going to grow. Social engineering solutions are happening. Research and innovation is happening in India. A lot of creative solutions are coming. Plenty of startups are coming. Please understand that if you have got a startup idea, the funds are available plenty today. A lot of funds are available today. Only thing during all these issues, be careful. You have to create your work-life balance. Do not get over-involved with the social media. And when you are going for an interview, please understand the hiring manager needs what he wants rather than what you are. So before going for any interview, be prepared, understand about the company, and package and market yourself as what he wants. The world needs a lot of technocrats. There is a lot of space for people. And please understand, you are not the first person and you are not the last person and you are not alone. There are many people like you looking for a job and you are just one among them. My recommendation that during the next 1 year, there are certain additional courses which you can do online, which is on the product management, business analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, IoT, coding, blockchain. These are all the things you can actually pick up and do it. There are best sites available. These are all the sites available where you get free courses. Please use social media to best of your benefit. Please ensure that those who doesn't have LinkedIn profile today, please create a LinkedIn profile today before sleeping. LinkedIn is the most used social media by the industry. All of us in the industry, the moment you apply, we always try to find out your history through the LinkedIn. Another thing, Facebook. Please use Facebook very carefully, Instagram very carefully. When an employer comes to your campus, today softwares are available. Suppose I put a name called Muhammad, that Muhammad's full history can be traced using all your Facebook profile and Instagram profile. Do not post certain things which are objectionable there. Probably you may get rejected. And listen to channels like CNN, BBC to learn better about the good English language. What does the industry expect? Industry expect when we are coming for interview to a campus, we expect you to have a subject knowledge, a right attitude, consistency. Even your score is less, but is it consistent? Adaptability, flexibility, are you hardworking? There are methods of finding it out. Commitment, honesty. Sometimes even during interview, you don't know certain questions. Be honest to tell that I don't know, I didn't understand, I cannot answer. You can always be honest. People will respect. Most important, be inclusive. You are just one among 780 crore people in the world. Accept all the people in the world. Keep a smile. Team. I explained to you about team. Teamwork is nothing but a dream work. It's all of you work together. All of you learn together. There is no competition. You have to learn together. What should I expect? The life, when you join an organization, when you take up a higher studies, you will have a lot of ups and downs. Be optimistic. Be clear about it. Opportunities will not wait for you. So you have to grab every opportunity that is available in front of you. Social commitment. You are a social animal. Be committed to the people around you, society around you. This society has brought you up. So please take care of the society back. Be a leader. Each one of you is a leader by yourself. So identify the leader in you. Instead of becoming a follower, develop that leadership in you. The world is your arena. It is not just ritual, it's not vidya. If the entire world is waiting for you, the world is watching for you, the entire world is clapping for you. So the world wants to listen to you. The world needs you. The world needs you to act. A very important business for those engineers, it's coming up is the world need agro engineers. That means the entire world has got a food shortage. So there is a huge requirement of technocrats. If you can be a technocrat in a farming sector, this can be a startup, vertical farming, automated farming. This can be, you are an electrical engineer, you are a mechanical engineer, civil engineer, you are a computer scientist, you can contribute to the agriculture. And I'm telling you, mind-boggling numbers are coming up. The countries like Israel, Japan, Korea, even US, China is shifting into agroeconomics, means agro-engineering. They are all setting up huge, I call it factory farms like factory kind of farms, and they are producing food, and there's huge requirement. And today, everything is on a mobile, you can order it and get it. Farm to kitchen, that is happening. What can be the future? COVID is just an opportunity. It's an opportunity, as I explained to you, this is going to be innovation, creativity, and research. This is going to be the mantra. This mantra needs you, engineers. What next I can do? I finished my engineering. What do I do? Post-graduation, you can take a job, sabbatical. You can decide, okay, I don't want to do anything. I just want to take a break. Understand, probably the 4 year, I never thought about it. Let me take a break. Change of plan. Recently, some of the engineers met me from Manipal Institute of Technology. They said they want to become filmmakers. Nothing wrong in it. MBA, I want to do an MBA. I want to do a startup. I want to do a research. So these are all things you can do after the UG. What are your options? These options, post-graduation, research and development, sales and marketing, teaching, consultancy, engineering design. You can become a designer, project engineering, medical engineering, hotels and hospitals, project planning, manufacturing, FM, general management, fire and life safety, marine sciences, defense. There are plenty of opportunities available to you. Oil and gas, publications, a lot of magazines need you, media needs you. Today, the entire media is more engineered and more digitally controlled. So it needs a lot of engineers. Filmmaking needs a lot of engineers. What are the placement opportunities? I'm sure you will have a campus interview there. But other than campus interview, what are the placement opportunities? These are all websites. I will be sharing this presentation with Mr. Paul. He can definitely circulate with you. These are all the area which I just captured it. These are all area where you can actually seek employment, and the probable employers will be linking you with all these things. But LinkedIn is very important because I am right now part of a placement committee for another college where I know how the LinkedIn is very powerful in that area. Another important issue, it's called crack the code. When you write a CV, I have seen people writing a huge CV. Today, you have to understand at your level, the interviews, they use something called ATS. ATS is nothing but use an artificial intelligence platform. It's an automated text reading system. So your CV you make in a very fancy way, the system cannot read it. So you write your CV in the simplest way. My suggestion to your placement committee is that please conduct a workshop with your students on a CV writing. Because we have seen, this is a practical which I have seen with many companies, when they come for bulk recruitment, they are not able to spend time in reading the CV. So what they do, they use systems to read the CV. The CV, then you need a particular order in which CV has to be written, certain fonts to be used. And there are some tips I have given here, some 10 tips have been given, how to prepare for an interview, and post-interview, what you should do. Once you finish your interview, you should thank the people who have interviewed it. This particular slide, please keep it in front of you. My suggestion when I'm sending it to you, please keep this particular slide in front of you. This will be helpful for you to prepare your CV as well as interview. And few things which you can do is, one is a CV writing workshop. Second thing is an interviewing skill workshop, how to face interview workshop. Third is a group discussion. So these three things, if you do it, you will be ready for facing the interview board. I would like to stop here because I have got few slides on the feedback on the survey which have been done. So I will stop here and I would like to invite questions from all of you. I know I have taken extra time.
Dear participants, this floor is now open for any questions. Kindly unmute, ask your question, and then mute, or else feel free to use the chat box. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
You are.
Okay, so you said two things that I could relate to my situation. So I want to ask a doubt regarding this. So you said in the beginning of your presentations, I heard you said that do not learn everything. And then later on in another another slide, you said you should try, if you're an electrical person, you should learn this and this. If you want to go to some sort of mechanical world, if you want to go for that, then you have to learn the other things that you might need in the society. So for me, I'm doing so many things, like you said, and I feel most of them might, help me in my interview point of or any other job opportunity that might help me, but then I don't know what I need. So I wanted to ask, how do we identify what we need regarding our goal or our career based? How do we identify what we need, and where should we, learn more, and where should we leave those parts or whatever excessive knowledge that we are taking in? Where should we invest and where should we stop?
It's a good question. Let me tell you. See what happened. Let me just give you one example. Let's say your aim is to join an automobile company. What is happening in the automobile industry today? Automobile industry earlier used to recruit mechanical engineers a lot. almost 90% mechanical engineers used to be taken. You know what is the change that's happening today with the electric vehicles which have come? They are taking less of mechanical engineers and taking more of electrical engineers. So if you are a mechanical engineer, my suggestion is try to learn a bit on the electrical side, which is related. Suppose your aim is to become an automobile engineer, or your target companies are, let's say, Tata Motors or Range Rover or Mitsubishi or any other Toyota or any other company. My recommendation to you is, if you're a mechanical engineer, try to learn a bit of electrical. And suppose you're an electrical engineer, there is something called mechatronics. Today, there is a lot of automation which is taking place, not only in the automobile area, even in the washing machines to refrigerators to everything. Today, even the refrigerator, you need a communicating refrigerator. Correct? So you have to select that's why I told you have to write down your objective. What you want to end up in building your career. Suppose you're an electrical engineer, you want to end up your career as a person in, let's say, your target companies are, let's say, ABB or GE or Schneider. Identify what are the products and services they are offering, and what are, as an electrical engineer, you're an electrical engineer, so you're able to, that tick is done. Now they have got an installation. That means they need to be all these power plants or the substations need to be installed on a civil structure. So you have to learn a little bit of civil. So go back to your civil engineering friends, try to learn fundamentals, basic fundamentals. Or somebody is constructing a house in your neighborhood, just ask him what is foundation. That word foundation, you may not be knowing it. So please understand that, so that will put you in an advantageous position. So to avoid your confusion, best thing I'll tell you, select a mentor. Now, if you are in the 6th semester, try to select a mentor. Either your parent, avoid parents generally as a mentors. You always find out a mentor outside the family. A mentor can be an alumni or a person working in some other company. Again, select a mentor who's in that related to your dream company or a dream area. You can always find this through LinkedIn. See, I get a lot of random calls from students. Sometimes I get a call from US saying that I just want to talk to you. See, you have to create kind of some 100 people. When you reach one person will respond. That person, you take it as a mentor, talk to him, understand what should I do, what should I should not do. Sometimes what happens, an electrical engineer, you may be learning coding skill and everything. And suppose your aim is to become work in an automobile company, there's no point in wasting your time in coding skill. And you're a civil engineer, you want to take a job in Infosys and TCS, better learn coding. Don't try to take a course on BIM or AutoCAD or Primavera. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I would like to add on to a certain doubt that I had that I couldn't address. One is that we have so many skills. Many of them we might be good at. Many of them we might, not good, but we still have those certificates because it came through our educational, educational methods of certain, through education that we got certificates of certain skills. So which skills will be more valid? Is it the one which we have, a certain certificate? Because I'm in my regard, if I'm speaking of from my side, that I don't know, most probably even many of us may be having certain skills that we cannot prove through some certificate or anything. Then how can we validate that when it comes to a job?
Let me ask you a very interesting question. In engineering, what happened? We have got about 56 or 57 papers. There are many papers which we don't like. I'll tell you my own experience in the college. There was a paper called Material Science and Metallurgy and all those things. It's a very theoretical subject in mechanical engineering, and if the class happened to be in the afternoon, you will sleep off. invariably what happens, you feel allergic to these subjects. And when you become allergic to a subject, what happens? And you're comfortable with, let's say, thermodynamics or heat engines or something, you are very easy. You will sit with the professor, laugh at him and learn. So I mean, laugh with him and learn everything. But what happened, material science or anything which is boring, it's applicable to me and not to you. But what happened, you tend to, what subject you don't like, you spend more time in learning and you score very well. Probably if you look at my mark sheets, I have got a very high marks in those subjects which I don't like. Because I put extraordinary effort at that time to get it, because I know that that fear of failure was there. So it forced me to go and learn well. This is exactly what happened to many certificate courses. Many certificate courses, because we thought it is good, we just go and attend, we get a certificate. So please, this is where you have to make a judgment within you that if this is not something of your liking, just discard. Just discard it. Just drop it. You must be seeing some of the filmmakers. They came as an actor. One point of time, they found their main interest is direction. Some of the writers, you must be seeing, they become an actor. Why? Because they find what is comfortable. What is comfortable to you as Edwin, that is more important than what certificate you have got. Probably, Edwin, you may be a good marketing guy. You may be a good presenter. So better take a job in that area rather than learning too much into the thermal engineering or the electrical circuit or something. A lot of engineers, majority engineers actually end up and become marketing or sales guys. So there the skill requirements are different. It's only the basic knowledge is required. Balance is more communication, more connecting with people, even ability to learn the skill. Any other questions? Since the questions are coming up or people are thinking about it, let me take you through the next few slides, which is just about the survey which has been done. About 193 students from your college has responded to this survey. Very interestingly, I asked one question: are you planning to take job after graduation? Close to 90% of the students said yes. But when I asked a question, you want to do a master's immediately after the college? 43% said. So this is an area of confusion, like what Edwin was talking. There is a confusion happens in your mind. So this is something which you have to firm up. The next one was, are you planning to do an MBA? This is a very good slide where actually this is a true representation of what happens in the market. Some people want to do very, very little, numbers want to do immediately. Some people said, I want to do it 1 year later. Somebody said after 5 years. So this is a good representation. I think you're on track. Whether your studies in college has helped you to get a job or is it preparing you for a job, unfortunately, you can say about 51%, or so not 51, I think it's almost close to 58% feels that it is not so. So that's an area. My request to the college administration as well as the student forum together, you have to do together. You should start getting more industry interactions where you will be prepared yourself. Definitely the college, whatever the KTU syllabus, etc., will be a base, but you have to have more industry interactions actually. Internship. Unfortunately, most of the students are not done internship. Internship is something which you need to drive. You have got next 1 year. Please ensure that even if it is 2 weeks, you have to go for internship. And if you see the other right side, the internship tenure was quite low. That's something which is really worrying about it. So number of people who have done internship is low, and the number of days they spend on internship is also quite low, which is not good actually. My suggestion, please focus on internship. That will make you more employable. Whether it is internship has helped me to understand, majority of the people says no. That means what I understand. I'm interacting with few colleges in Kerala. Most of the people are going for internship in some of the government companies and all, where you are just put in a corner. Please don't do that. This is an area where you have to state your objective. You have to gain it. You have to learn it. Even if you're doing an internship in a small workshop, automobile workshop, please ensure that you learn during that time. You're not there just for a certificate. Unfortunately, there's a tendency in Kerala that people want to have certificate. Please don't do that. Even you don't have a certificate, you have got an experience, that companies will respect you. In fact, another question I asked is, I feel I should not have taken engineering. Fortunately, everybody said it is, I have taken engineering on my own choice. What kind of job you want? The response I got is, very interestingly, a lot of people have answered that service industry, like contracting, would like to take it. That's a good change. I really appreciate you people, because actually the maximum employment for engineers takes place in the service industry. And I'm seeing the tendency of less and less people want to join IT enabling services. This is the common tendency world around is happening. I've done a similar survey in the US in one of the undergraduate program. I got a very good similar report. So you are actually on track with what world talks about it. Question is whether you want to be a part of a startup company. You have seen it. There's a fear which is there in that, which I can understand actually. The other question I asked is whether your CV is updated. Very interestingly, there are very few people update the CV frequently. CV you need to update frequently. And whichever company you are attending, you make a CV suitable for that company. Tomorrow you are going and attending an interview with Tata Motors. Learn about Tata Motors and cast your CV. If you are attending an interview with TCS, their requirements are different. You create something different. So please keep on changing your CV. That's how you make it better and better. My question is whether you have consulted anybody for preparing the CV. The answer was no. Please consult. Please consult your friends, alumni, seniors, teachers, anybody, and so that they can always add value to that. It's always, CV is your marketing sheet. So people should understand what you are. And use that slide which I gave you, that the guidance and choice. The guidance from seniors and the college. And the answer I got is agreed that I got it, but you need more guidance actually. A lot of people, around 35% says we didn't get it. So please, those 35%, please look at yourself and get it actually. And when I asked a question, which job you want to take it? Majority said I want to take a government job. I'm not surprised because I asked this question to many students in the world, especially in Kerala. A lot of people, now the tendency is going back to taking government jobs. But if I ask you the second question, which I will never ask you here, why you want a government job? Because you want to be comfortable. Please, this is not correct. This is not correct. That means you are not challenging yourself. You don't want to take a risk. Please take risk. This is the age where you can take risk. Please take. I'm not against you joining government jobs, but do not join government jobs because that is safe. Even government jobs are not going to be safe in future. Post-COVID, you take it from me, Niti Aayog or the current form of planning commission, they are doing a major study how to reduce the staff. So please understand, even I was talking to yesterday an Israeli company talking on public works detailing. There are technology coming up where you don't need a water authority department. Everything can be sit and controlled in one particular location. You don't need too many engineers, too many people, everything. So the world is changing. So don't think that government job is going to help you. What is my preference? I'm very happy that most of you, around 57%, said anywhere in the world, while the balance said very restricted to it. I like the answer that anywhere in the world I am ready to do it. I written there in the presentation, the world is for you. There are 200 countries around this world is for you to get employed. The entire world is an opportunity for you. We'll go back to any questions if there are any questions left out. Is there any questions? Otherwise, we can wind up.
I think there are no more questions.
Yeah.
So may I call upon Anjali S. Nair to share her experience?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Anjali. I'm a pre-final year student at Vidya. And I would like to say it was a very enlightening session, sir. You covered a lot of things in a very simple way, and it was very easy to understand. You said that it's a very unpredictable world, it's a very uncertain world, and that we need to convert this hostile situation into an opportunity. You said about the importance of learning skills which are needed for us, and learn softwares, learn new courses, learn language, which would help us. And you said just now, you said that world is for everyone, and I guess like learning about countries, about their culture would really help us if we get an opportunity to go there and work. And you said that we need to go for apprenticeship and internship, which was really nice. It was really nice listening to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
May I call upon Ms. Devika MS to propose the vote of thanks?
It was indeed a very informative session, and it has helped us to know more about various job opportunities that are available to fresh engineering graduates, and this has helped us to understand the career path that is available for young engineers like us. I, on behalf of the organizers and students, wholeheartedly like to thank Mr. R Suresh Kumar from the bottom of our heart. Thank you so much, sir. We are indeed indebted to our management for providing us this wonderful opportunity to enhance our career growth plans. I take this opportunity to thank our Chief Patron, Engineer Ashokan PK, Director, Engineer Mohanachandran G, Executive Director, Mr. Suresh Lal, and Administrative Director, Mr. P.N. Unirajan. Thank you so much. We place on record our sincere gratitude to our dearest principal, Dr. Saji CB, Dean Dr. Sudha Balagopalan, Vice Principal Dr. V.N. Krishnachandran, and to our heads of department and faculty members for their leadership and guidance. Thank you. We are grateful to our finance, administrative departments, placement cell, and to the IT team for taking care of all the arrangements for the smooth conduct of this session. Now, I thank my tutors, my colleagues in the program committee, my friends, and my fellow batchmates who are participating in this program. I am sure all of us can go back with a rich knowledge about the various career opportunities that are opening up for young engineers like us and take the right decision. Once again, thank you all and wishing you a very happy Onam. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you very much, and let me thank Mr. Ashokan sir and Paul for all these arrangements. All the very best to all of you.